Yes, student, here now the next revision is on Kohlrausch law. Student, Kohlrausch studied the molar conductivity value at infinite dilution of many strong electrolytes. Okay. He also studied the pair of electrolytes values. These pairs consist similar cation or similar anion. I have already given the video regarding the experiment done by Kohlrausch, where he observed that if the cations are similar while the anions are different for a pair of two strong electrolytes, then the differences in their values always occurred same, which shows that in the molar conductivity value at infinite dilution of any of the cation or anion, its value always remains constant and it is not affected by the value of other cation or anion associated with it. It is because each and every ion has its own particular value of molar conductivity value at infinite dilution. Getting? But student, again here we know that the weak electrolyte, they do not ionize completely. That is, very partially ionization takes place. One thing. Second thing, at infinite dilution, how much quantity of electrolyte will ionize and what will be their contribution for molar conductivity value? Again, accurately we cannot find it. Getting? So, to find accurately, Kohlrausch applications are used. So, very first we will see the Kohlrausch law. According to Kohlrausch law, the molar conductivity value at infinite dilution of any electrolyte, say AXBY, it is the sum of individual molar conductivity value at infinite dilution of A cation plus individual molar conductivity value of B anion. If the formula of electrolyte is AXBY, that is the number of moles are also present, stoichiometry is also present, then the molar conductivity value is multiplied by its stoichiometric coefficient, that is what, X, and here it is multiplied by Y. Similarly, the charge will become what? Y cation and what? X anion. So this is the expression for Kohlrausch law. Getting? Very simple. If we have to find molar conductivity value at infinite dilution of electrolyte which consists only 1 mole of Na and 1 mole of Cl, then it will be very simple. Individual molar conductivity value of Na cation plus individual molar conductivity value at infinite dilution of Cl anion. But if we have to find the molar conductivity value of some complicated electrolyte like Al2SO4 thrice, then we can use this formula. How it is? The number of moles of Al and SO4 are different. So to find this one, it will become individual molar conductivity value of Al plus 3 cation will be multiplied by 2 and plus the individual molar conductivity value of SO4 2 anion, but first it will be multiplied by what? 3. Getting? Now, the applications of Kohlrausch law. The applications are with the help of Kohlrausch law, that is, getting the value of some strong electrolyte, we can find the molar conductivity value at infinite dilution of weak electrolyte like acetic acid. How to find for this one? So student, you know that the molar conductivity value of acetic acid will be what? The individual molar conductivity value of acetate ion plus individual molar conductivity value of hydrogen cation. Okay, but we don't know how much quantity of this one is ionized and what will be its contribution. Therefore, we will use the molar conductivity value of some strong electrolyte. Now, the searching of electrolyte depends on the ions present in weak electrolyte. Like here, if there is acetate, then we have to find the strong electrolyte what? CH3COO, that is consisting acetate, and we will add what? Na. Getting? To find the molar conductivity value of H cation, we have to use the molar conductivity value of electrolyte consists what? H cation, so we will become what? HCl. Now, when we will add the standard, the molar conductivity value at infinite dilution of these two, then these two will provide the molar conductivity value of 4 type of ions. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Like here, it is equal to, I am writing in short, CH3COO plus what? Na cation, and here it will become H cation plus Cl anion. But when we will get the value by adding these two, we will also get the value of Na cation and Cl anion, which is not required here. Thus what we have to do? We have to subtract this value by one more strong electrolyte, which consists what? Na and Cl. Okay, and then we will subtract it by the above value, we will get the value. Getting? Similarly, if you have to find molar conductivity value of water, now water is again weak electrolyte, so the water will ionize to give what? H cation plus OH anion. You can write molar conductivity value at infinite dilution. Okay, individual molar conductivity value, and this is what? Individual molar conductivity value. So what to do? We have to search such electrolyte which consists what? H cation. So that will be what? HCl. We have to search for such electrolyte which consists OH anion. So here we can use what? NaOH. But again here we will obtain 4 types of ions, HCl and what? Na cation and Cl, Na cation and OH anion. Here we don't require the value of Cl anion and Na cation. Therefore, by adding these two, okay, we will subtract one value of strong electrolyte of what? NaCl. Here it will provide what? Na cation and what? Cl anion. So it will cancel and we will get the value. Now, 2 more applications are there. These applications are with the help of it. We can also find the dissociation constant, like in last year equilibrium chapter we have already discussed about the dissociation constant. Getting? So, and degree of dissociation. Like here, one of the question is given to express the 2 application. Okay, it is a new question which was not given in earlier video. Therefore, I am taking it as a revision. This question is given in your book. Like the conductivity of 0.00102 at molar acetic acid is 4.95 into 10 to the power minus 5 Simon per centimeter. That means what? This is the conductivity value. Conductivity value, that is, this is the value of what? K. This is what? This is the concentration. Now we have to calculate the degree of dissociation constant K. Here K is what? Conductivity, that is the value of kappa. Okay. Now the at infinite dilution molar conductivity of acetic acid is given here 390.5 Simon centimeter square per mole. So what to do? We have to find dissociation constant. So how to find dissociation constant? To find dissociation constant, that is what? K. We have to write equation very first. Equation is what? CH3COOH, okay, will dissociate to give CH3COO anion plus H cation. Getting? Let the initial concentration, this is what? Initial concentration of acetic acid is C. then its initial concentration will be 0, its initial concentration will be 0. Okay, let X mole, that is Ca mole, is getting dissociate, then at equilibrium concentration, the equilibrium concentration will become C minus C alpha, and its concentration will arise C alpha, and it is what? C alpha. Now here we can write K, it is equal to what? The concentration of acetate ion multiplied by the concentration of H cation whole divided by the concentration of CH3COOH, what? Aqueous. So here you can write what? C alpha multiplied by C alpha divided by C minus C alpha, or here we can write this is K, it is equal to C, K is equal to C alpha, okay, square upon 1 minus alpha. I am writing it in short. Okay, now what to do? We have to find what? K. So how to find K? To find K we require what? Alpha, that is degree of dissociation. So alpha is what? Degree of dissociation of weak electrolyte, degree of dissociation. And how to find degree of dissociation? So alpha is equal to molar conductivity value at finite dilution divided by molar conductivity value at infinite dilution, that is at given concentration, and it is at what? Infinite dilution. Getting? So now place the value of del m. Okay, this value of del m is, so how to find this del m value? We can find this del m value again by using the formula. Del m is equal to what? K into 1000 divided by what? Concentration, and the concentration, now place the value. K is given what? 4.95 multiplied by 10 to power minus 5 multiplied by 10 to power 3. We can write it what? 10 to power 3 whole divided by concentration. Now the concentration is given here. This is what? You can convert it 1.028 into 10 to power minus 3. Getting? Now after solving it comes 48.15 Simon centimeter square per mole. Now the place value of alpha. Alpha is equal to what? Molar conductivity value at given concentration. So that will become 48.15 upon molar conductivity value at infinite dilution. It is what? 390.5. Okay. When you will solve it, it comes 0.1233. Isn't it? And now simply we get the alpha. So with the help of alpha we can find what? Dissociation constant. So K is equal to concentration multiplied by alpha square upon 1 minus alpha is equal to now 1.028 into 10 to power minus 3. Okay, this is what? Value of concentration multiplied by 0.12, take its square, divided by 1 minus 0.12. Its value is very less, therefore it can be neglected. So when you will solve all these, you will get the value 1.78 into 10 to power minus 5 mole per liter. Mole per liter. There this will be the value of your what? Dissociation constant what? K. Okay. So with this